How's it going, everybody? I got another video for you guys today, and I haven't done a tips video. Why haven't I done a tips video? I'm literally goated at this game, and okay, I'm not gonna gas myself up like that, but I do think I'm really good with Zhanhu, and Zhanhu is one of my better heroes, so I figured I should make a tips video for him. So in this video, we're gonna be going over his basic moveset, go into some intermediate and advanced level tips, and then we'll go into some gameplay just so you guys can see how I play Zhanhu. And yeah, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started on his moveset. So with Zhanhu, obviously you have your regular lights and your heavies, and you can chain into an unblockable with a light and a heavy after any of his moves. Okay, so I also forgot he has a zone, which is undodgeable, by the way. So you can chain into a light unblockable, you can chain into a heavy unblockable, and you can also dodge recovery. Well, you can dodge recover. I guess that's what you would say. But Zhanhu is dodge recover. I need to... Wait. There we go. Zhanhu is dodge recoveries from every single move. So it doesn't matter what move you do. You can dodge out of it. You can do whatever you want with that. And, yo, come back over here, bro. Come back over here. And another thing Zhanhu has is dodge attacks, right? Yo, I gotta mute that. But Zhanhu has dodge attacks from both sides, but they're not like normal dodge attacks, right? They're 400 MS, meaning they're very quick. So they don't have normal iframes, and I'll explain a little bit later on how to use them well. But just know that you can do a light dodge attack and a heavy dodge attack. They're from different sides, and they are enhanced, meaning if they block it, you can still chain from it. Okay? Also, Zhanhu has a bash, right? Just like any other hero, you can delay it, you can buffer it, and it does drain stamina. As you can see, take a look at his stamina bar, does drain a little bit of stamina. And after your bash, you get a guaranteed light or a guaranteed zone. Although the zone uses a lot of stamina, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using that. But as I was talking about before, you can still chain off of them, and the zone does do a little bit more damage. I'll have to turn the... Oh, wait, why don't I just do this? There we go. The zone does a little bit more damage. It does 14 damage, and the light does 12, I think. Yeah, so the light does 12. And he also has a dodge forward light. I will also get into how that will be useful later. Same with a dodge forward heavy that is feintable. You can feint that. And also, you can soft feint his unblockable into a guard break. What is a soft feint? A soft feint means that you don't have to hard feint, which is just pressing B like that. All you have to do... Alexa, shut up. Bro, anyway, you can soft feint his heavy into the guard break. Alright? So, I don't think I missed anything with his moveset. Let me check real quick. What is that? I don't know what that is. But I think we went over all the moves. So, now let me go into all of his maximum... Oh my god, bro. Okay, before I go into any tips regarding Zhanhu, let me go over all of his max punishes real quick. So we're gonna turn his stamina off. So let's go ahead and start with guard breaks. So on guard break, you have a couple options. What you can do, always throw to the side. It has to be to the side, okay? Has to be to the side. By the way, his heavies do all the same damage on every side. So it doesn't matter left or right, you can throw them, doesn't matter. You get 2 heavies. So that is the maximum damage punish, but what you can also do with Zhanhu, you can throw him to the side, and then you can do a heavy into a dodge forward heavy, right? So I believe this isn't safe. So I don't think it's safe because I think he can light you right on wake up, but you might be able to deflect it. I'm not sure. I'll probably test that out later. But that will allow you to go right back into your chain. So, you see, and then you can do that and stuff like that. But people usually don't light you out of that. But now that I say it, they might do that. So, now let's go over the parry punishes. The max punish is always zone into unblockable heavy. And again, all of the unblockable heavies do the same damage from every side. So, all it is just zone into heavy. Although it might be smarter to do the light into heavy sometimes because it just uses a lot less stamina. And again, remember guys, you can always dodge recover and go right back into your chain, but obviously I will talk about that later. So Oh, I forgot about the parry punishes, the regular parry punishes. Okay, so we got heavy and light on. I'm gonna have to differ him. Oh wait, does not have stamina. So I'm gonna have to differ him. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I am kind of him, so. Okay, so on a heavy parry, it is either a zone or a light attack, but although, I'm not on differ. Although the zone does do more damage, but again, it's gonna cost more stamina. So you could either do a light or your zone, doesn't really matter. And on, can you just do a light attack, bro? So on light parry, it's always gonna be that, I can't parry lights. It's always gonna be a heavy attack, okay? It's always going to be a heavy attack. Okay, guys? And like I said earlier, you can go into all of your chains. You can dodge. You can go into your unblockable. You can. Okay, really quickly, something that I forgot to mention with Zhanhu is that he can deflect from every side and get a guaranteed light or heavy. However, if you are deflecting from the top, your light attack is guaranteed. But if you do the heavy, it'll do your dodge forward heavy and it will be unblockable. But it is not guaranteed. Your opponent can still parry that, but you can feint it to guard break. So you just kind of got to play around with that. If you want to use that, it can be good, especially if they're out of stamina. It'll catch them from surprise, or catch them by surprise. But it's best to just go for the light if you're deflecting from the top. But anyway, let's keep going. So guys, I have my trusty partner, Mr. Chef here. I just tried to do something, but it didn't work. And I don't want you guys to see that I'm a terrible Zhanhu player, right? So anyway, my first tip is Zhanhu's bash is very good, right? And so obviously you guys know it drains stamina, but you always have dodge recovery after you bash, right? So after you land something, you could go into your heavy, you could go into your light, which I'll talk about the light in a little bit, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But so what I like to do, especially against people that are reacting, which I mean, I know this is intermediate level tips, but just bear with me. When you're doing your bash, Mr. Chef, could you pre-dodge, please? So let's say your opponent is pre-dodging you. You know, he's really trying to get past your bash. You know, he's just spamming dodge because all you're doing, you're just dodge spamming. That's all you're doing. If he, well, here, let me hit you with the bash first. So I'm gonna hit him with the bash. You can delay your bash, right? Do you see how he pre-dodged there? So I hit him with the first one. You can delay your bash, and you just kind of mess with that, right? And if he thinks, so let's say they aren't pre-dodging. Let's say they're just looking at your bash. They see you dodge forward and they're expecting a bash, right? You can just dodge forward, hit the guard break, except Mr. Chef is just the best pre-dodger in the game. So let's say, you see that right there? Then you get that guard break, you get that free heavy, and then you can go into your mix, all right? So another really good thing you can do, right, is, you know, Mr. Chef is obviously, he's going to pre-dodge the bash after I do this one. You go into your UB, but you soft feint to the guard break, right? But also be careful, if you're doing that, they can dodge attack, right? So let's say I go into my bash, I do that, he can still dodge attack that, right? So here's what I would recommend doing. I would recommend going into your bash, lightly delay that, right? You notice how that catch that? And Mr. Chef, try to see if you can get past it. If you just try to see if you can, if you dodge early, try to see if you can, yeah, maybe if he pre-dodges. Yeah, look at that. There we go. See that? So he was pre-dodging it, and even then, he might be able to get past it with the dodge attack, but it's gonna be a lot harder, right? Another option here is going into your bash and doing the light, right? So I don't normally do the light, but if your opponent's very dodge happy, Mr. Chef, you can go ahead and dodge attack my next unblockable light. If you do the light, then unless they buffer the dodge attack, if they buffer the dodge attack, they're gonna get past it, right? And you can't deflect. Well, the first time he buffered it, but if they delay the dodge attack a little bit, which usually people will, especially if they see that light, if they delay it, you can use your dodge recovery to deflect the dodge attack. Except Mr. Chef's just better than me, so that's why he's just
well, trying to make it.
but point is, guys, it's a lot different when you're in training. The point is, if you're mixing between the light and the heavy, you will catch that on the dodge attack more often than not, right? Because a lot of times people will try to dodge and then they'll see the indicator. Right? And then they will dodge attack, which is why a lot of times you're able to use your dodge recovery to your advantage, right? Okay, so that's some basic offensive tips. I'm trying to think of anything else. Hold on. I'm going to pause while I brainstorm real quick with Mr. Chef. Okay, another thing that I forgot to mention is instead of your bash, right? You got your bash, but Zhanhu also has the dodge forward light. Okay? So assuming your opponent isn't just spamming pre-dodges, and actually I should probably go over what pre-dodge means. If someone's pre-dodging you, they're predicting that you're going to dodge. So, Mr. Chef, go ahead and just pre-dodge me. See, you see how early he dodges? So, he's pre-dodging me, and I still can't get the guard break. You know what I mean? So, like, see how he can just counter guard break, but also if I do the bash, he gets past that. That's what pre-dodging is. And I'll go over more tips on how to counter that later. But these are intermediate. People aren't probably going to be pre-dodging you. So, another thing that you could do with Zhanhu is your dodge forward light. So your dodge forward light's pretty good because if they dodge, so let's say Mr. Chef just empty dodges me. Let's say he just dodges, you can still go into your combo. You know, you can still go into your combo. You can still like go into your bash and actually, yeah, go ahead and do that, Mr. Chef. Let's see what happens if he dodge attacks. Oh, I just messed it up. Okay, maybe it's... So, not gonna lie, guys, the timing might be a little bit cooked sometimes. It might be a little bit cooked. But all I'm saying is that sometimes you are able to use your dodge recovery. So I usually don't use the dodge forward light because like I find it just better to use the bash. And also that reminds me, guys, if they dodge attack your bash, you just got to be ready for it. If they dodge attack your bash, sometimes if they aren't buffering the dodge attack, you can just deflect it right off of your bash. Forgot to mention that you can also, I just dodged the wrong way. Forgot to mention that before. Another thing, right, is the dodge forward heavy. So the dodge forward heavy is really good because you can feint it and you can get a guard break, right? If they dodge it. Or alternatively, if they dodge attack, then boom, you just get that parry off, go right into your combo. So I usually don't use the light or the dodge forward heavy. There are only like some specific scenarios, but and guys, I just want to preface this real quick. Sometimes like some of these combos and recoveries, they won't work because obviously we're just doing this in training. They might see it coming. But when you're playing in a real game, a lot of times people aren't going to be pre-dodging. They aren't going to dodge at the exact timing they need to get around you. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. You know, a lot of this might not work. But also with the dodge forward light and the dodge forward heavy, I just didn't even dodge. You can get that recovery, right? But like I never really let that dodge forward heavy fly because like it's just not really gonna work, right? But they can get past the guard break with the dodge light, right? So just be careful of that. And so now I think that might cover all of the bases. Oh, actually no, another tip. Let's say they're pre-dodging you. So Mr. Chef, go ahead and light me so that I'm on frame plus, right? Yeah, so just go and throw a light and then I bash. He's pre-dodging me, right? And then see, look, he just pre-dodged me again. He's getting past the guard break. He's getting past it all, right? So another thing that you can do is obviously you can buffer guard break, which I mean, like, yeah, every hero can do that though, right? Another thing you can do with Zhanhu though is you can go into your zone. So let's say he lights me, then I just throw my zone. I can go right into my combo. Alternatively, if he just lights and still stands there and blocks my zone, then it's enhanced and I can still go into my combo. Okay? So that's another really good tip. And another really good tip is your dodge attacks are really good openers because these are 400 MS. Now, Mr. Chef, you would consider yourself a pretty decent player, right?
I'd like to think so.
Okay, yeah, you consider yourself a decent player, which, I mean, doesn't really have anything to do with reactions. But I'm very good at reacting to 400 MS lights, and these are even sometimes very hard to react to. Like, and the thing with Zhanhu is you can go on the left or the right side with your lights in your heavy. So, like, you know, I can just mix it up like that, and it's just really hard to react to. Even if he blocks it, though. Even if he blocks it, you can still go into your combo. You know what I'm saying? They're enhanced, so you can still do whatever you want with them. You can go into your bash. You can go. You can do anything with that, right? And those are super good for that. And if they're really parry happy, right, Mr. Chef, go ahead and try to parry one of mine. Just predict it. If I dodge and then he tries to parry one, literally dodging to the side and guard break is a good mix-up, right? Well, Mr. Chef is kind of special. He likes to early heavy, but but you'll still catch them with that, and that's why it's a really good mix-up. But also you have to be careful about that, because if you're just opening up with the dodge attack all the time, they can just guard break you from neutral, right? So if I'm just like getting like really, you know, he bros whiffing guard breaks like me. If I'm just getting really happy with it, okay, well, but you know, you guys get what I'm saying though. If I'm just standing still from neutral and then I'm just always opening up with that, they're just gonna guard break me.
I can light you too.
Yeah, and he can light me out of it too, right? So like, you know, like if he thinks that I'm about to dodge, then like, you know, he can just light me out of it too. So that's why you just got to mix between like the bash, between dodge forward heavy. You know, you just have to play based on what your opponent is doing. Are they dodge attack happy? Maybe you throw the dodge forward heavy feint, right? And I'll get into this later on the advanced tips, but a lot of good players, they won't dodge attack until they see an indicator, right? And that's because that's the safest way to get behind anything, right? I mean, they'll still do it if they're expecting a guard break, but we'll talk about this later in the advanced tips, which is like about to be right pretty soon here after I go through some defensive tips. But yeah, with that said, let's go into some defensive tips, okay?
Right.
Yo, guys, Mr. Chef just raised a really good point. So let's say you're doing your dodge attack, right? And they don't know which side's coming from. You know, you're doing the guard break, you're doing the dodge light, you know, you're doing all that, but they're just trying to dodge attack you. What you can do is you have your recovery. So you can just go like that. Well, oh wait, I messed it up. Oh, maybe you can. Oh, you can. Okay, I wonder if the light attack is quicker than the heavy. Or maybe it's just,
I guess dodge attack is kind of...
Dude, Austin's dodge attack, bro. Screw Austin's dodge attack, bro. Low key.
Yeah, that might be broke.
So,
might be
guys,
a bad child to show this.
Yeah, just I might have had him choose a bad hero for this, but just know, guys, that you can recover. It's just Asa kind of has a broken dodge attack, but it is a little finicky sometimes. Sometimes it's not going to work. Sometimes it will. But just keep that in mind, that if they do dodge attack your dodge attacks, it's kind of weird to say, you can go into your recovery and deflect it. But also, if they just regular dodge it, so Mr. Chef, go ahead and just dodge my dodge attack and then guard break me. So let's say I just do this. Look at that. Boom. You can just do that, or better yet, even if you do, okay, well, I did the bash, but it didn't work. I wanted to see if that would work. But yeah, if they just empty dodge you on any combo, or even on the bash, or even on the dodge forward light. Let's say he tries to guard break me. I could zone it, right? Could zone it, right? That's really good. I'll go over more about that in the advanced tips, but I can't really think of anything else offensively that Zhanhu needs. Well, I guess I was doing some defensive stuff, but that's the main stuff for offense. Now we're gonna go over some defensive stuff that you can do with Zhanhu. Yeah, guys, Slate, Mr. Chef is just like, I don't know what I would be doing without him, because he raised another good point.
I got you in.
Right. So another good thing you can do is, and this is with most characters, but specifically with Zhanhu, since Zhanu's zone is undodgeable, a really good mix-up. This catches dodge and dodge attack is just dodge forward and then zone, right? It's so good because even if he dodge attacks, he's screwed, you know? Even if he empty dodges. But keep in mind, guys, Mr. Chef, could you go ahead and light me and pre-dodge me and then parry my zone? Keep in mind, though, he can parry that, right? If they're pre-dodging, then they can parry that, okay? So that's just another little offensive tip with Zhanhu, and now we're definitely ready for the defensive tips. Okay, so my first defensive tip is, let's talk about his dodge attacks. So Zhanhu has very different dodge attacks from everyone, as you guys have already known, but his iframes are weird. You know, I'm not going to give you guys numbers or anything like that. All I know is that you're able to dodge attack option select on light hit stun, but not on heavy. So Mr. Chef, go ahead and throw a heavy into a heavy unblockable and then just feint it to guard break. Like, I can't dodge attack that, right? No iframes on that, right? So, and then let's say, or yeah, go ahead and throw it. You can go ahead and throw it. However, though, if he does throw it, you can still get past it, but just keep in mind, if he feints that to guard break, you're cooked. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now, Mr. Chef, if you could, do a light into a heavy. Do a light into a heavy and feint it to guard break. So then, might be, wait,
it's heavy. No,
it's Ocelot, bro. Yo, we might have to.
Yeah, heavy.
Dude, we might have to.
We actually might have to.
Yeah, okay, guys, we're gonna change heroes real quick. It's just Ocelot, bro. It's just Ocelot. Okay, guys, we just switched heroes because like Ocelot was not really a good example to this. But so what we were just talking about was on heavy hit stun. On heavy hit stun, I cannot dodge attack, as you guys just saw. You can't dodge attack. I mean, you can, but if he feints to guard break, you're cooked on your dodge attacks because these iframes are very different from other heroes. So now he's going to do a light into a heavy, and he's going to feint it to guard break. And you guys will see I can actually get past it. So go ahead and do it. And then boom. See that right there? So, and then now just go ahead and let it fly. And then he's going to let it fly. And then he... Oh, I just buffer dodge. That's my bad, guys. And then... Wait. Do that one more time, guys. We're just cooked. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's better. So, it is a little bit finicky sometimes. And like I said, guys, take this all with a grain of salt, right? Just take it with a grain of salt. So, that you can do that on light hit stun for most heroes. If they can chain quickly into their heavies, it's probably going to be cooked. But again, I don't really use that much as an option. So just keep that in mind. So another really good defensive tip with Zhanhu is against bashes, his dodge attack is especially strong. And here's why. So Mr. Chef, go ahead and just like bash me. Just try to bash me. So obviously you get past the bash. And again, guys, you can do right or left side. Doesn't really matter. So go ahead and dodge forward and then guard break. You can just do that all day, every day. And I'm not even going to pre-dodge. I'm not even going to pre-dodge. You know, like I'm literally not even pre-dodging. I'm like not even pre-dodging and we're getting past it. You know what I mean? Just do it one more time just to show him.
So much. What the fuck?
On the delay. Yeah, bro, that was some crazy delay. Okay, yeah. There we go. And then wait, do the delay again though. Okay, yeah. So guys, it's just sometimes you gotta like just maybe delay the dodge attack a little bit. But that's another really good tip because if they try to dodge forward and they try to guard break you, your dodge attack gets past it, right? So, but also, guys, you got to be careful about the pre-dodge, but that's more advanced. I'm getting ahead of myself. I know. Okay? So, another really good defensive tip with Zhanhu is interrupts, right? Interrupts, in my opinion, are the most important part of defense in this game. Unless you're just a staring reactor, boring player that no one likes to play against, then interrupts are going to be your best tool. And Zhanhu has so many good interrupts, right? So, Mr. Chef, you can go ahead and just do all of these just like light feint to heavy, okay? So, you can bash, right? You can bash interrupt. That'll get you right into your combo. You can zone, you know, and also, guys, keep in mind, these will beat the, as Mr. Chef just showed, these will beat the heavy feints to light or anything like that, right? And then another one that's really good. Could you feint your heavy to a guard break? Another one that's really good is the dodge forward heavy. And it's so good because you can feint it and get a free guard break, or you can just let it fly. Go ahead and do it again, Mr. Chef. Like, look at that. Like, it's so beautiful. And then you can go right into your combo again, right? Obviously, he can light stuff it, but the dodge forward heavy stuff, I would mainly save that unless you're real YX and you're like, you know, you're goated with the interrupts. Then I would probably recommend just maybe sticking with the bash and then probably just the dodge forward heavy on unblockables, because, you know, it is a little bit risky if they're just throwing regular attacks when you could just block them. But I like to, you know, I like to live life on the edge. I like to play it a little bit risky sometimes. So that is a very good defensive tip with Zhanhu. And another really good one is against heroes with hyper armor, your dodge recoveries are so good. So right here, Mr. Chef's going to go ahead and do a heavy into another heavy. I'm going to dodge attack his first heavy. Just watch what I do here. So he does that. Boom. Look at that. I just deflected the second one, right? So go ahead and do it one more time. And you can do it with the light too. I can't dodge, guys. I'm sorry. And then you can do it with the light too. And then, like, it's just so good because this will work with most heroes that have hyper armor. All right. And then there's also, I got to write down a really good tip that I just thought of. There's a lot of playing that you can do with, depending on the hero you're playing against. So, you know, with a lot of the hyper armor heroes, you will be able to use that recovery, but also you got to be careful because some smart players, they will bait that out. And I'll go over that more in the advanced tips. But another good tip is go ahead and go into your full guard. I actually want to try this. So I don't think you can get past Warlord's light. Yeah, you can't get past that. But go ahead and do the headbutt. Try doing the headbutt on it. You can get past that. So there are some heroes that have full guards where you can throw that zone and it'll go right through that. Go ahead and do your heavy off of the full block. Oh, that's the wrong side. Okay, so I don't think you can do it with Zhanhu here. But
I'm gonna buffer it.
Ooh, but if he buffers it, you can. So that isn't. So if they buffer it, you can kind of play with that interaction. And again, it just depends on the hero, guys. You know what I mean? But like I said, we'll go more over this in the advanced tips later. But there are a lot of interactions that you can play with there. Okay, guys, congratulations. You have made it to the advanced tips with Zhanhu. So these are a lot of moves that I use personally against really good players. These are going to be moves that are really useful against like some of the top players that I personally use, right? Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and let's talk about the unblockable light. So, Mr. Chef, would you say your reactions are like, how would you rate your reactions? Are they okay, good, decent?
They're pretty mid.
Pretty mid. They're pretty mid. So let's see. He has mid reactions. Let's see if he can react to my unblockable light, right? So I'm just going to cycle between the unblockable heavy and the light. And let's see if he can do it. Oh, maybe.
My reactions are shit. I forgot.
Okay, maybe Chef might not be a really good example, but a majority.
Now I'm ready.
Oh, now he's ready. Yeah, he went for the heavy there. Oh.
No, they're shit.
Okay, so maybe Mr. Chef might not be the best example to use.
I'm really old.
See, okay, there we go. He's on the differing. Okay, so for a majority of players, well, I don't know about a majority, but for a lot of players, oh wait, this is advanced. I'm talking good ass reactors. Your unblockable light's getting parried 9 times out of 10. Okay, so here's what I like to do. I will never throw it. I don't even bother throwing it. But if you're playing like, let's say you're playing like a 1st to 10, if you're in like round 7, say, bro, I swear it's literally free. Like even the top reactors, they will not parry it, because if you just keep on, like if you never throw it, I like just putting it in the bank to say, I will throw that shit in the bank because they will not expect it coming. But like I say, just use it very sparingly. And you know, this is for advanced tips. Other than that, I don't really ever use that. Okay. So more advanced tips. So with Zhanhu, on Frame Plus, you have a lot of options. You can go into your bash. I mean, obviously you can like throw your heavy, but with what I like to do a lot is, Mr. Chef, go ahead and just guard break me. What I like to do is I will do a back heavy because that beats so many options. If they throw the heavy, you can go into your dodge recovery. You can kind of just wait for what they do. And if, let's say he double GB, so if he guard breaks me, you know, I just back heavy, that beats that. Let's say he just tries to parry my heavy like a light. Let's say he tries to parry my heavy like a light. What if I just back that? Like, well, he's Warlord.
On the light.
He's Warlord. But okay, and then but I'll also mix that between backlights because it just creates such good spacing. So let's say, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a slight correction here. Backlights are much better on frame disadvantage because they just cover so many options. I'll talk a little bit about this in a second when I include some tips that I forgot to include. But the thing is, not a lot of people are really going to, first of all, do heavies on Frame Plus. And second of all, there are just so many better options that you can do on Frame Plus. Your bash mix is just going to be way better. So I wouldn't necessarily ignore this part. This is just kind of maybe some spacing tips. It is really safe to do. I would probably save it just maybe for when you're low health. But backlighting on frame disadvantage is much better with Zhanhu. So I would probably only stick with back heavies on frame advantage and going right into your bash mix. Again, I will talk about this momentarily, but I would probably save the backlights for frame disadvantage unless you're low health. But again, I'll talk more about this in a second. But the dodge attack is guaranteed. So go ahead and do it one more time. So even if he can block it, which I don't even think they can sometimes.
I think I can.
You think you can? Yeah. Well, even if they can do it, then you can just go right into your mix because it's enhanced. The backlight is so good. And even if they aren't doing anything on wake up, you just kind of play with like what they do. You get what I'm saying? So let's say they don't do anything. Let's say I'm on frame plus and I just backlight. Then you can kind of just like go right into your mix. It's just a really safe option because even if they light on frame dis, so go ahead and scar break me. Even if they light, like it just creates that spacing. It just beats everything, basically. I mean, unless you're like Warlord and for some reason you're just buffering a heavy on frame dis. Okay, guys, I know this. Anyway, I know this is a little bit late. I kind of forgot to include this in my tips, but I have a few more advanced tips for you guys with Zhanhu. So the first one is when you are low on stamina. Let's say you get like a guard break and you've barely any stamina left, you can delay that heavy because your opponent's going to be really jittery to like get onto their moves because you have low stamina. But if you can delay the heavy with Zhanhu so that, sorry, let me get my stamina back a little bit quickly. But if you have very little stamina, you can just delay that heavy and it'll hit a lot because they'll be on heavy hit stun. And they won't be able to parry it if they'll dodge forward or go into a heavy. And it's very good, especially to go out of stamina. It is a little bit risky, but I love doing it because for me, it works a lot, right? Another tip is whenever you get a parry, if they have barely any stamina left, I can't really show you this with a bot, but if let's say you parry a light or a heavy, always bash because it drains their stamina, okay? That's another really good tip. Another really good tip that I do is in your unblockable, what I like to do a lot is I will unblockable feint to a light to go right back into my mix. That's another really good thing. And lastly, the last thing that I forgot is on frame disadvantage. Let me turn on counter guard break. So I can't really show you this guy, or can't really show you this that well with the bot, but on frame disadvantage, so like let's say if he blocks my attack, or if I guard break, I like doing this when he counter guard breaks. Backlights are so good because if he tries to bash you, your light hits. If he heavies, your light hits. If he just tries to go for a light parry, he can't parry it because you created space with that backlight. So the backlight on frame plus and frame disadvantage, I would say maybe, I'm going to correct one of my tips I gave you. On frame plus, don't backlight. I would really only back heavy because I don't really find myself doing that, especially after I just did all this gameplay. Really, you really only want to do backlights on frame plus, okay? Don't do backlight on, or I said that wrong. Only do backlights on frame dis, not necessarily on frame plus, because it's really good for spacing. If you're on frame plus, back heavies are good, but maybe not the frame, maybe not backlight on frame dis, okay? So, yeah. I don't know where my editor is going to put this, but he'll figure it out. And thank you, editor. But sorry, what were you saying, Mr. Chef?
Or like I can use zone, which no one would probably do on frame this.
Right, yeah.
Like exactly. If I use UV and like
yeah. Ooh, wait, do it again. Wait, do it again. Yeah. So no, yeah,
like
if he's buffering, if he's buffering that zone, then like you get the backlight, or even if they like buffer dodge, if they buffer bash, you get like. See, they can't parry it. It's so good because it's just so safe. They can't parry it. They can't bash you. They can't like do anything. It just creates really good spacing. And that's why sometimes I also like doing the heavy, because it'll also create that spacing. They can't parry it. And what if you try to CC it? Wait, go ahead and guard break me. And yeah, look at that spacing, guys. And go ahead and do that again and chain into a heavy. So look at that. And then look at that. The bash just interrupts the hyper armor and whatever chain they go into. So what I do as a Zhanhu player, especially if I'm going in scrims, I will just back heavy, see what they do. If they're in the middle of their chain, I'm just going to bash them out of whatever they're going to do, right? But also if I see they do nothing, they might dodge, right? So go ahead and guard break me. Let's say they see it coming, and then I can go like that. You can just get that guard break off, except Chef is just a god tier pre-dodger. But okay, but do it again. Let's see what happens. If he does it again, though. Okay, and he didn't pre-dodge me that time. Okay, so
I did not pre-dodge.
But you guys get what I'm saying, though. His back attacks are just super good. They're very good. Okay, so let's go into my next tip. So actually, I just want to try something real quick. Can you pre-dodge this? Pre-dodge this. Yeah, wait, yeah, okay. Wait, I just want, yeah. I didn't even need to try that. That's actually trash. Wait. Low-key, wait, low-key, do it again. Or, pre-dodge the, like, second one.
Oh, the second one, okay,
yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, that, okay, yeah. So, guys, that's
Maybe
just another point.
Light might catch.
Just don't, say again?
Dodge forward light might catch, Loki.
Yeah, wait, actually, yeah, let's try that.
What are you guys doing?
Or wait, maybe if I delay it? Damn, yeah.
No,
so guys, like I'm saying, if they're just gonna pre-dodge like that, you can just guard break, right? But also, if they keep spamming pre-dodge, go into your unblockable, because they'll just eat it every time, especially if they're dodging that early. Go ahead and try to dodge attack it. Might be cooked, but also chat. But guys, watch this. If they're still pre-dodging you, then you can just go right into your dodge attack too. Okay? So, wait, guys, I need to check. I need to check some other advanced tips that I wrote down. But like I said, I'm going to go into some gameplay and show you guys a bunch of more, you know, kind of how I play Zhanhu in game. Here is where you play with the interaction. So you guys saw I was talking a little bit earlier about the interactions you can play with. So go ahead and do your heavy into another heavy and just like let it fly. Guys, I can't. It's very hard to dodge. There we go. Okay, so you guys, I already showed you guys you could do that before, but a smart player will see that coming, right? They will see that coming, and they will feint a guard break. If you think your opponent is gonna do that, then here's what you do. Watch this, guys. Then you'll just go ahead. So, guys, it's so hard to dodge. Boom. Look at that. You go right into your unblockable, and that's just a super high level read that you can make with Zhanhu. Okay, so go ahead and do it one more time. Like, look at that, and it just does so much damage, and it's so good, and it's just very good. And like I'm saying, guys, every single time you land an attack, just always go into your forward dodge mix. There's just no reason not to, because it's just so good, right? Okay, now let's talk about what to do after your bash if you whiff it, okay? So, in my mind, when I'm bashing somebody, if they are dodging on a late timing, so Mr. Chef, dodge on a pretty late timing. If they're dodging on a pretty late timing, I'm going to assume that they're waiting for, I'm going to assume they're waiting for the light, right? So, let's say, yeah, like that, right there. I'm going to assume that they're waiting for the light because, you know, they won't expect you to react to the fact that they dodge, so they will try to parry that light. So, again, they'll just go for that light parry, okay? But here's what I do. If they're pre-dodging, so Mr. Chef, go ahead and pre-dodge and guard break me. I always throw the zone. Why the zone? Because if they parry it, it's just a heavy parry. That's why if I miss it, I will never ever throw the light. Almost never. Unless I just mess up and I somehow just, you know. You get what I'm saying? But, and also, here's the thing. If they're dodging it pretty early, they're probably going to guard break. A really good player is going to dodge early and they're going to guard break you because they know that you can't throw a light. They know this. And you, in your mind, you're like, oh, I want to bait out a light parry. So what you could do is, Mr. Chef, go for the light parry here. If you dodge it, you could. Okay, it's very hard to. Yeah, there we go. So if they go for the light parry, then that heavy will land, right? But a really good player, will dodge your bash on an early timing, and they will guard break you. So go ahead and dodge my bash and then guard break me. So I'm gonna throw. I saw he. Okay, well, dude.
Dylan.
There. Okay, so that's what I was trying to get at. So a lot of the really high level players, they'll pre-dodge you on frame dis because it covers a lot of options. So, like I was saying earlier, go ahead and show them that one more time. They will guard break you if they dodge that really early. How is that hitting? How,
I don't know.
How? What?
Like I don't. It just has the best tracking now.
That's so weird. We're doing the same thing every time. Okay, yeah. But guys, as I was saying, if they're still pre-dodging you, their chances are they're going to go for the guard break if they dodge you on a really early timing on the bash, which is why I just like to zone. Because if they parry it, not the end of the world. They guard break you, it goes right through. You go right into your chain. Okay? So that might be all of my advanced tips. Although I am going to, I'm going to congregate with Mr. Shea real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. Shea? Why did I say Shea? Mr. Chef. To make sure I didn't miss anything. So just give me 2 seconds. Guys, okay, this isn't an advanced level tip, but I forgot that you can actually chain with the zone after certain moves. So let's say you land your light and your opponent just keeps pre-dodging it, right? This is another thing. He's gonna keep pre-dodging you, and how is that? I don't know how that's hitting. Guys, that should not, like, I have no idea how that's hitting. That never hits for me. But let's say they're just pre-dodging you, and okay, I don't know what's hitting. But let's say they're still pre-dodging you. You can chain with your zone after any move in the game. I forgot to mention that. I just don't want people in the comments to be like, yo, really, you forgot this. Oh my god, blah, blah, blah. But, okay, so another thing that I forgot to mention is that on, you know, I told you guys about the dodge forward heavy stuff. You can't do that on heavy hit stun. So go ahead and just do heavy into heavy.
You want me to...
Yeah, just do like heavy into heavy and then fade to GB. You can't dodge forward heavy that. You can only do it on light hit stun. Just wanted to clarify that real quick. But like me and Chef were talking about, this hero is very matchup dependent with how you play him. So I will show you guys this in some of my matchmaking games. Hopefully we actually find some good matchups. But I think that's kind of it regarding like the surface level tips. But, you know, as I was saying, very matchup dependent. So we'll go into some gameplay games and let's lock in with Zhanhu. Okay, guys, so the first game I found is actually a Zhanhu mirror. I have no idea how that happened, but this will be good because then it can show you the ways that I counter Zhanhu and the ways that he kind of falls short, okay? So, you know, sometimes it's very hard for me to give tips as I am playing, but I'll try to do my... Victory. Okay, so I guess we're not doing that. I'll catch you guys in the next game. What? Round one. All right, chat. I'm not streaming. All right, YouTube, we found a Kensei. So I'm going to try to give you guys, like, as I said earlier, some tips. Look at that. You go right into your, I just always go right into my bash. And like, you guys see how safe it is? I don't know why I did that. Do you guys see how safe it is? Because if I just go right into my bash, they can't even punish it. They can't even punish it. I delayed. Oh, you guys notice? Did you guys notice how I delayed the dodge attack? I delayed the, sorry, not the dodge attack. I delayed the unblockable heavy because I knew it would catch him on his dodge or a dodge attack, right? Another really good thing that I did that round is I empty dodged and I guard broke because he tried to make the read on the dodge attack. Okay, so I'm gonna go and parry his, oh, it didn't. Oh, and chat, the feints, the feigning into other things, and also the dodge forward heavy feint is always so good because it'll just bait the dodge attack. It'll just bait it. You know what I mean? And on heavy hit stun, you can almost always go into at least a recovery to get by any, oh, I see, guys, if I back heavy there, it would have just been so good. And okay, it's very hard to keep up with everything I'm doing because this guy's getting demolished. But on heavy hit stun, it's so safe to go into your bash because if they dodge attack, then you can just deflect it or get around it with a dodge attack. And the dodge forward heavy feint is so good because they think it's a bash. They think it's guaranteed. They think their dodge attack's guaranteed, but it's just not. Oh, man. Yo, my man's getting cooked. And we're gonna... Okay, you know, that's completely fine with me. And then watch this, guys. Okay, he gave up. So I'll show you guys the punish then. There's that punish. We just absolutely cooked that guy. We just absolutely cooked that guy. And I feel like it's sometimes hard for me to kind of give all of the tips I can just into one little segment. And I definitely forgot to talk about what to do on heavy hit stun. But going into your bash is always like my biggest tip. All right, guys, next game, we got a Peacekeeper. So this is going to be an interesting one. You know, Peacekeeper is kind of like, you know what I mean? So we're gonna dodge forward heavy, and then that is guaranteed if you do. Oh, wait, what if I? Nah, bro. But in this matchup, my dodge attack is gonna be really good because I can get past the Wow, he's parrying that, and then he's gonna. Yo, guys, maybe I'm just bad. There we go. Okay, so we wait for that. Ooh, okay. So what if I do a backlight? What if I do a backlight again? See, guys, it just keeps beating. Okay, I'm just really bad. Okay, maybe I'm just really bad, guys, but bear with me. I will actually give you some decent tips. But in this matchup, my dodge attack will be pretty good because I can get past the guard break and the top light. Okay? So, also, another thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, my God. There we go. Bro. I dodge attacked. Wait, I dodge attacked. There we go. He keeps doing that recovery, but you just got to be patient with it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, why do I keep dodging? And we're dead. I got to include that in the tips too. But guys, if you light, feint, you're unblockable to another light. If they're trying to react to the UB, chances are that will work because you'll go right back into your chain and it will be very good. Okay, so right now I'm thinking like, damn, this guy's making good reads. He's spamming that that guard break, so I'm not gonna go for parries as much. And I just like absolutely ate it. And then I delay. Okay, he might be reacting, and I'm not. Bro. There we go, and I'm gonna guard break again. And then we backlight because it's just so good, though. We backlight again. Dude, guys, the backlight, I'm telling you, is so good. Do you see how I'm using it, though? Because I'm on frame plus. I'm on frame plus, right? If they guard break, it's cooked. If they heavy, it's cooked. If they do, like, pretty much anything, it's just a really safe option, right? So, now let's see. Let's see what happens if I, Yeah. I was gonna say, that's why that dodge forward heavy is just, see, okay, this guy might just be like, I don't even, so, we're, oh. He can let everything fly for all I care. He can let everything fly for all I care. I don't really care. So, okay, this was a very bad example of a match because this guy was just so dodge happy that I couldn't really show off too much. He was buffering dodge attacks, and, you know, sometimes people are going to play in a very different way, I guess I should say. But we're going to go into one more match because I want to show you guys, especially a hyper armor here. I really want to show you guys a hyper armor matchup, but I don't know, it might be cooked, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so guys, we have a pirate. I'm not gonna lie, I might cut this game out because this isn't a very good example to show. But oh, again, the bash chat. The bash is just so good. You can get those deflects like that. Oh wait, maybe I'm not cutting this game out. Maybe I'm not. Dude, see, that's what I'm talking about with the hyper armor interactions. It's just so good, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm surprised he didn't guard break that. That was a good read, to be fair. That was a good read, to be fair, you know? And also, you know, I was on light hit stun, so I was just like, you know what, we're gonna dodge attack that, because I know Pirate has dodge recoveries, but I'm still just like, even if he does a dodge recovery to my dodge attack, I can still deflect it. So he's gonna let this first one fly. Oh, he didn't. Dude, I really hope we don't just play someone that's just... Oh, that was good. I tried to do the dodge for light, but that's not gonna work, chat. And then we're just gonna keep bashing, because I'm not really too concerned about, you know, like he can do that, but like, chat, we can just bully him with the dodge recoveries. Oh my god. Oh wait, that was a very poor dodge attack by me. And then he's not gonna light though, will he? And that's where that dodge forward heavy comes in useful. I was on light hit stun. I knew he would throw a GB, so, well, I didn't know. I just kind of figured. And then I just go into the dodge forward heavy. All right, I got to remember to include those tips. But regardless, he's going to throw. Oh, no. I'll parry this because why not? I'm going to delay the unblockable, and I'm just going to keep guard breaking. I changed my mind, actually. And then there's the light, chat. It's just going to work. Surprised he didn't parry that. Backlight and the backlight, guys. That's what I'm saying, man. The backlight combined with just feigning your stuff, going into your chain, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just really good. We're going to do one more game because I might cut out one of the other games I did because, like, I wasn't able to really show, like, anything that was useful. And, you know, I don't really like cutting out games, but I know this video is already very lengthy, so I think we're going to do that. But we'll do one more game, and I think we're going to call it a tutorial. All right, guys, last fight of the video. Hopefully we get a matchup. I mean, like, I might be able to show you guys some things with him. Okay, so with Orochi, the thing about Orochi is it's very hard for him to punish your dodge attack with his recovery. So this might actually work out pretty well. Okay, it might actually work out pretty well. And also his dodge attacks aren't kind of like eek with like Ocelots. You know what I mean? So we'll try to give him the Zhanhu sauce. And dude, why do I have the hiccups? See, like, it's so hard to react to those, bro. It's so hard to react. Backlight. Oh, wait. And then we just light stuff. Back heavy. I really thought I could get that deflect. That would have been insane. That would have been really insane. See, guys, I should have zoned there because he pre-dodged me. Oh, but he's dead. Oh, wait. So he's just better than me, I guess. Yo, this guy might just be cracked. Zone? Okay, wait. This guy just might be better than me. This guy might be better than me, guys. But bear with me. Bear with me, though. I got to write down another thing. I forgot another thing. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing here because, yeah, very not good. But anyway, we're going to start off with the zone just because we have the... Oh my god, bro. And then look at that. He dodged early, but it still worked. Ooh, delay it. Oh, but he got past it. Okay. And he just messed up the punish. And guys, as you can see there, what I just did, guys, was... Wait, what did I just do again? Bro, why did I forget what I just did? Okay, like, replay what I just did. And take a look back at that.
Round 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of forgetting what I'm doing. But okay. So, Mr. Orochi, come on, Mr. Orochi. What if I did that? And then I zoned? But...
Victory.
Yo, I did not mean to do that. Yo, I did not mean to do that, guys. That's my bad. Did not mean to do that, but that's okay. We are going to have a nice, very last round for the video. And, well, I actually have to... Yo, editor. Might have to do a little bit of editing. You know what I mean? So he did dodge that. I don't think that's guaranteed on the guard break. Look at that. I got past the zone with the iframes. Oh my. We're gonna pre-dodge. That's fine. I'm gonna keep doing it low-key. Oh, never mind. Oh, no. Yo, if I didn't feint that, I actually would have gotten past that. Fun fact. But, dude, if we end the video with a loss in the Zhanhu tutorial, that would be cooked. That would actually be kind of cooked. But I just wanna, you know, I want to end on a win. You can't end on a loss on a tutorial video. But Mans is playing it well, to be fair though. Fair enough. Tried to make a Giga read on the guard break, but I parried it. I promise you guys, I parried it. There we go. There we go. And then we guard break. And then we get it. And then we get it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Okay, we ended with a win. And this is going to conclude our Zhanhu video. Obviously, I'm going to have to do some editing to add more tips, you know, back in. Because that's, you know, that's just how... I just forgot. Alright, I'm going to do my own outro because it was a pretty trash outro. But I just want to say, if you guys want to see any more tips videos with any heroes, let me know. I actually had a really fun time making this. And I think it's about due time that I make some tip videos. And if I forgot any tips, I definitely did. It's very hard to just get everything into one video. Let me know down in the comments and I'll make sure to add any more tips that I have to the pinned comment in the comment section. So just let me know if you guys saw anything that I forgot. But thank you guys for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.